So, future me here, editing this vlog that you're watching right now and realising that I never filmed an intro for it. So, hello, this is Shardathon vlog number 3, which is going to be the final Shardathon vlog because in this video I read my final 2 books for Shardathon. So, let's get into it. It's just occurred to me that I haven't started this vlog yet and it's now Wednesday night and I'm about to go to bed, and I just got my Invisalign today. I am doing a separate video for that, but that is the reason why I maybe sound a little bit weird. I don't know if you can tell. I can tell. You possibly can't, but whatever. Anyway, I haven't started this vlog this week yet, so here we are. I am currently reading The Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes by Suzanne Collins, which I'm actually mostly listening to because it is my audiobook read and I'm enjoying the audiobook so far. I'm not far enough in to give a proper opinion at this point, and I feel like it's that kind of book that I'm not really going to know how I feel about it until I get to the end. So far I am enjoying it, but I also am already feeling like it's too long and I'm about a third of the way through. So, you know, that's an interesting place to be just now, because I feel like some parts are just too much, but I don't want to say too much because I don't want to spoil it for anybody that hasn't read it yet, although I suspect a lot of people that want to read it have already read it. It's been out for a few months now and I'm only just now getting to it. But anyway, I will give you proper and slightly more coherent thoughts. It's now Friday and I have finished reading The Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes by Suzanne Collins. I finished reading this last night and I have some thoughts. I'm not going to spoil the book, but if any of you are avoiding hearing anything about this before reading it like I was, then just skip ahead until I'm no longer wearing this shirt, because I'm not going to be talking about this book again in this video after this. So this follows Coriolanus Snow, who is the president of the Capitol during the original trilogy, and it is set during the 10th Hunger Games. So Coriolanus is a teenager at the time that this book is set, and he is acting as a mentor for one of the tributes in the 10th Hunger Games. I enjoyed the way that we were back in this world. It's very different to how it is in the Hunger Games trilogy because that's set during the 74th and 75th Hunger Games, so this is 65 years before that, so the world looks very different, and it's only 10 years after the rebellion ended, so things are very different. The characters remember the rebellion, it's within their own living memory, everyone, so there are slightly different vibes at play for that reason. I wasn't worried going into this that it would attempt to redeem Coriolanus because he's awful and we all know he's awful and he's done awful things that we already know about from the Hunger Games trilogy. I don't think it's worth reading this if you haven't read the Hunger Games trilogy. I don't think it stands on its own particularly well. That's not to say that I didn't enjoy it, but I just don't think that it stands on its own. I think it's, you know, very much for people who loved the original Hunger Games trilogy, which I did. I've reread it many times. I've watched the films many times. I love the franchise and just want a little bit of extra lore and a little bit of extra history. And there are some Easter eggs in this book which are quite interesting, but it's quite chunky. It's quite a long book. I read the audiobook, so I didn't read the physical copy. but it's 517 pages. So it's quite a long book. The audiobook was around 17 hours, I think. And if I'm being honest, I think it was too long. I think there was just too much time spent on various things throughout the book. The main plot points were fine, but I think that some storylines were unnecessary, and slightly too long was spent on the building of certain relationships between various characters, and I just didn't feel like any of that was necessary. I think that the book could have been half the length that it was, and it would still have managed to do the same things, and I actually think I would have enjoyed it more had it been shorter. Sorry, I've got Shinji here being very needy. He wants lots of attention because I've just got home from work. So I wish that Suzanne Collins had just made it shorter, and I think one of the main sort of not issues, because I did still enjoy it and I still think it was worth reading, but the thing about it is it's not like the original Hunger Games trilogy. I suppose it's probably slightly more like Mockingjay than the Hunger Games or Catching Fire, because you're following Snow, not someone who's actually in the games. So it's very different in that sense, and out of the original trilogy, Mockingjay is my least favourite, mostly because of the ending. But I also didn't love the ending of this because it's a little bit open-ended. Not massively, but a little. So be aware of that, because I hate it when books are open-ended, and this one is a little bit. It's okay. It doesn't bother me too much in this case because the original trilogy exists. But again, I don't think you'd want to read this as a standalone, not having read the trilogy, because it would just be frustrating for that reason. But also I wouldn't recommend, if you haven't read the trilogy yet, I wouldn't recommend starting with this, because I don't think it would make you want to read the trilogy, which is a shame because the Hunger Games trilogy is amazing. So those are my thoughts on the Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes, and I'm not overly surprised that that's how I ended up feeling about it. I was kind of expecting to enjoy it, think it was fine, but not be, you know, massively blown away by it or anything. I was then, for Shardathon, going to read Cinderella is Dead for my new release book, but actually I'm going to swap and read The Invisible Life of Addie, which we could have predicted that was going to happen, to be honest. I should have probably just had that as my TBR pick anyway. What I will do is I will make this a mandatory read for November, even though I'm doing sequels only, because I do still really want to read this, and I feel like it's unfair that I've bumped it for a book that's just come out. But I'm a mood reader, and that's what I'm in the mood to read, so I'm going to go with it. And I will update you once I've started this. I haven't started this yet. I am planning to read it this weekend, so starting tomorrow. So I'll update you once there is something to say. Okay, it's now Sunday. I have started reading The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue. I'm only on page 130. I didn't do much reading yesterday on Saturday because I spent most, or a large portion, of the day doing my PGCHE work. I don't know if I've mentioned on my channel yet, but I am doing a PGCHE, which stands for Postgraduate Certificate in Higher Education, which is a postgraduate degree for teaching in higher education establishments like universities, which is where I work. So I'm doing that part-time over the next 2 years, and yesterday I had to do a bit of work on that. I'm going to have to do some more work on that today, but not quite as much. I basically need to write the first 1,000 words of my report. I've done about 450 words, so another 550 to go. It shouldn't be that challenging really. So I didn't read too much of this yesterday, but I am hoping to finish it today nevertheless. I think it's about 540 pages long. I am reading and listening to this one, and I'm really enjoying that experience. It's been a while since I've enjoyed reading and listening to a book as much as I'm enjoying this one. I'm 4 hours into the audiobook and I have 13 hours left, and I listen at 2 times speed, so 6.5 hours of reading on this one left today. It's only 9 AM. The clocks went back in the middle of the night today, so it's much earlier in the day than it normally would be for me to be this awake. And I've been up, I've had my breakfast, I've cleaned my teeth and put my Invisalign back in, I've washed my hair, I did some supermarket shopping and I've received that and put it away. I order online from a service that delivers same day. So I've had a very productive morning so far. I've probably been up since about 7, I would say. So I'm going to do a bit of reading of this for maybe a couple of hours now, and then I will maybe do some uni work and then I'll finish this off. So I think that this vlog is probably going to go up quite late today because I want to finish this in this vlog, because this is the last book on my Shardathon TBR and this is my last Shardathon vlog, so need to finish everything up. And I've also got the last live show this evening as well for Shardathon. There will be one more Shardathon live show, but it will be to talk about the 11th metal. So this is the last sort of just general Shardathon chit chat. And I need to post the final Shardathon giveaway today. And I guess I can announce that now because it will already be up by the time this video goes up. So if you want to enter this giveaway, head over to my Instagram account. All the instructions will be over there, but essentially you will just need to make sure that you're following me on Instagram, that you've liked the post that I post today, which is Sunday the 25th of October, and that you leave a comment on the post. And everybody who has already entered one of the Shardathon giveaways is automatically entered into this giveaway for as many times as you have already entered. So if you got several entries on each of the giveaways so far, then your name is already in the pot quite a few times, which is exciting for you, I think. And the prizes for this are really cool, or at least I think so. So first things first, I said on Instagram maybe 2 weeks ago that if we cumulatively, wow, some words are really difficult to say with Invisalign, cumulatively reached 10,000 pages read, that I would double the prize for the final Shardathon giveaway. And we've hit 15,000 words, which is just... pages, which is really, really cool. So I have in fact doubled the final giveaway. So the prizes, which is what you're interested in, I guess. So there's an option of your prize for this giveaway. So option number 1 is a box set of the new Mistborn covers, which I'll put a picture of just here for you. So you can either win a box set of Mistborn, or, because I know a lot of you probably already own the books because you're Sander fans like me, the alternative prize option is to have your choice of one of the 3 cloth-bound 10th anniversary editions of Mistborn, which are really, really stunning. So you can have either the box set or one of those cloth-bound editions, and you can just, if you win, you can just let me know which one you want. It's open internationally, as long as you live somewhere that Book Depository ships to, then you can enter. And I hope that you'll be really excited about this giveaway. I'm really excited, and I'm going to be leaving this one open for a little bit longer. Normally I only have these open for about 24 to 48 hours, but this one is going to be open all week, and I will be announcing the winner on the final day of Shardathon, which is the 31st of October. So I hope you're really excited. I'm really excited, and head over to my Instagram to enter if you would like to. And I will update you later once I have read a little bit more of Addie. Okay, so it's now Monday and I did indeed finish The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue yesterday, although I finished it quite late. I think it was about 11 p.m. when I finished it, so that's why I'm updating you today instead, which does mean that this vlog is going up a day late, but that's okay. So, I liked this. I will start off by saying that I didn't love the ending. Not that I disliked the ending, I just kind of wish it had ended very slightly differently, but that's okay. It's not a big, huge deal, but not my preferred ending. I did really enjoy the book though. It's very meandering and very character driven, so if that's not your thing, I don't know whether you'll necessarily enjoy this book. It seems to be pretty widely liked, but I'd still be hesitant to recommend this to a plot-driven reader because it's not really about the plot, it's about the characters, and it's kind of told across various timelines. So our protagonist, of course, is Addie, who has lived for 300 years because of this deal that she made, and so we get the timeline from her past, so when she makes this deal in the years following this deal, and then we also follow present day, which is 2014 for the purposes of this book, which I think is really clever on Schwab's part because firstly I think 2014 is when she started writing this one, but also she couldn't have set it in 2020 because no one's going around wearing face masks and social distancing and stuff in this book, so that was quite smart, I think. And I quite enjoyed that split timeline flashing back and forth because there was intrigue both in the past and in the future to keep you engaged in the story, and the sort of various threads kind of come together towards the end of the story, so that was kind of the plot that kept things going. But really you're watching this woman deal with living her life in this very specific way, and it's very, very interesting and really well done in my opinion. So yes, I did enjoy it, didn't love the ending, I do recommend it, but just not to plot driven readers because I think it's a bit too character focused and meandering for plot driven readers. And that's it. With that book I finish reading all of my books for Shardathon. I will do my full Shardathon wrap up in the live show, which I will do over on Instagram this coming Sunday as I usually do, so I'm not going to wrap up all the books here, but the playlist will be linked up there for you so you can go and watch those other vlogs if you haven't seen them already. And that's it for this one. Thank you so much for watching. If you like this video and want to see more like this from me, then do think about hitting that subscribe button, and I hope to see you here again soon. Thanks, bye.